What's up? It's finally nighttime here. It just became nighttime. It's 9 here. It's 9 on the West Coast. I know you can't really see me. I'm in the dark. Dog. This is why I always cut my camera off when I'm talking to you guys around this time when I do a live stream. I'm going to start doing my live streams more often to talk about a lot of stuff that I see online all the time, especially when it comes to Black women. Um, First, let me say thank you so much for the people who did donate to my mother's cancer treatment campaign that we're doing for my mother. Thank you so much for everybody that has donated to our GoFundMe as well as her Cash App. We just did her second surgery today. She has another one next week, but we did the first surgery. It's not really a surgery, it's like a procedure. The first procedure we did was the biopsy to see if she had cancer to begin with. And then we had another surgery today where they put a wire inside of her breast. And I'm going to put the footage of her explaining it up in the morning time so you can check it out if you want to. But I want to thank everybody that decided to donate to my mom and even the people that sent my mother prayers. Please continue to send my mother prayers. I appreciate that so much. Even if you don't want to like donate or you can't, thank you so much for the just the thought, just sending my mom something positive. So save the tatas, save the tatas. Hopefully she won't have to get them cut off. All right. So Black women wealth. Excuse me. Black women wealth, Black luxury, and bonnets. I decided I wanted to talk about this because I saw this clip on TikTok and I think it went viral all over the place because I heard Chrissy was talking about it. Any woman who watches YouTube, you guys know who Chrissy is. But there was this clip that went around and I put it on my Instagram stories before I even knew that it was, going to spread so far. But it was a clip about Black women in luxury and it showed a whole bunch of beautiful women like traveling and spending money and just they was just showing the luxury lifestyle of a Black woman and saying that, we're tired of people always displaying us as if we're in this poor, struggling, like type of environment when really a lot of us are wealthy. A lot of us are living a luxury lifestyle. A lot of us aren't, you know, pressed for men. A lot of us aren't single mothers. It's a lot of Black women out there who are doing pretty good. And I think a lot of Black women are starting to get tired of society not depicting us as such. And I have tried so hard myself to try to get people to understand that the Black single mother isn't as negative as everyone depicts us to be. It's unfortunate that people see a bad narrative about single mothers, or they may have had a bad experience with a Black woman and they believe that now all of us are that way. When we're just like every other race of person, there are good Black women and there are bad Black women. It's the same thing with Black men, or just men in general. There are good men, there are bad men, there are good Black men, and there are bad Black men. I don't want to be the person that be like, how people be like, not all Black women or not all Black men. I don't want to be that person because the truth is that if a person has to, or if you hear a lot of people saying the same narrative about a Black woman or a Black man or a person in general, at some point you have to understand that whatever that negative behavior is that they're talking about, apparently it must be enough of us for it to be something that people are mentioning. You understand? Like if it's consistently being heard over and over again by hundreds of thousands of people, at what point do you start being like, okay, maybe this is a problem that we have inside of our community? So yeah, I take in consideration when Black men are saying, oh, Black women do this, Black women do that. And I think that Black men should be a little bit more receptive when women start talking about what we believe Black men are and the negative things that they're doing. Okay, but I think a lot of Black men just have like this monolithic view of what Black women are, and a lot of times it's attached to struggle. And then when they see us wealthy or living in some type of luxury, they automatically assume that there must be a negative attitude attached to it because we're independent and strong. To me, There are strong women, there are independent women, there are women who are feminine and still both of those. But a lot of people believe that there's no way a woman can be strong and independent and also be feminine at the same time. That's just foolishness to me. I think the way that society depicts black women is just terrible all across the board. I made a video yesterday on TikTok that's about to just go viral. I think it's like at 50,000 views right now, where I was speaking about beautiful black hair and how my natural hair, when I straighten my hair, it looks like weave. And regardless to how I wear my hair, whether I'm wearing my hair curly or straight, when it looks beautiful, for some reason, men believe that it's weave. And the reason why they think that is because they have designated beautiful hair to non Black women. And that's unfortunate to me. I think that men have to, I think maybe they're not used to women having, black women having beautiful hair. They automatically assume that when a woman, they see a woman who is black who has beautiful hair, she must be bald underneath. And that's just bullshit. I want women, black men, to stop thinking that. So I think that black men should be more vocal about how beautiful black women are in their natural element. And I think instead of making black women feel less than when we are in our natural element, if you praise our natural element more, I believe a lot of women will discontinue straightening their hair, will discontinue doing those things that you're so uncomfortable about. But I honestly feel like I'm going to groom regardless. So whoever I end up with, he's going to have to feel comfortable with how I do my hair, whatever it is that I do. And so, anyway, back to this clip. Inside of the clip, it was like showing a lot of beautiful black women who were living in luxury and who were wealthy. And one of the things that I think Chrissy was talking about, that if I'm not mistaken, she was talking about how living in luxury really had nothing to do with the typical things that comes with living in luxury, which is the materialism associated with luxury and wealth. A lot of times when I talk to people about wealth, or I'm talking about financial stability, a lot of people believe that financially stable people, the reason, what makes them be able to say, to confirm that they're wealthy or financially stable, is if they can actually live a life of luxury. Okay, so luxury and wealth are two different things. And this is what I want people to really try to grasp. And I'm going to try to explain it the best way I can. Being wealthy and living in luxury are two different things. Every person that's wealthy, they can be wealthy and not live in luxury. Luxury is excessive. It's something that you do on the side. It's not a normal thing that someone who is a millionaire or a billionaire would do. Think about all of the millionaires and billionaires you've seen. Okay, even the black ones. And it's not a lot of black billionaires out there, but think about how normal their lives are. The only time they're living in some type of luxury, something that you would classify as luxury, would have something to do with a level of transportation. Like maybe they fly privately because of what they do. And when you become on a certain level, in a certain tax bracket, if you're making a certain amount of money, you travel different, you move different, you do things different. So, of course, if you're traveling, you might travel private, like you see people in jets all of the time. The freedom is what you are paying for, but it doesn't mean the stuff that, the luxury that you guys are talking about, with the jewelry and the cars and the liquor and champagne that you drink, and being able to go to all of the parties, and doing all that stuff. A lot of people who are wealthy don't bother with any of that stuff. People who are wealthy, a lot of times, what we're doing is working. Now, I still have a long way to go before I get to the level of, like, let's see, who's a black, like, I'm not on Oprah Winfrey status. You understand? Like, I wish I was that wealthy. I know some black women, man. This is one girl, man. Oh my God, her name is Coco. Coco travels. Okay, and if you go on Instagram, what is her name? Coco. I don't know if it's Coco Travels or Coco. I can't remember the name of this girl's hashtag, but every time I see her, she be on some luxury boss bitch traveling shit. And every time I see her, she in a different place. Like she in Dubai or she in Jamaica. She is in was in Maldives earlier today. And to see her have the freedom to be able to move around the way that these white women have been able to move around for so many years is amazing to me. Because I remember like 10 years ago, I used to be on Instagram and I would look at all of these beautiful women take these pictures in luxury resorts and all this shit, and they be white. And now I see this thick black chick just going all over the place taking the same luxury photos. And I'm just saying luxury because they're like high-end photos of her traveling. They're beautiful, travel pictures. Like she took a picture of her, like I said today, in Maldives, and she was in a private pool and she had the floating the tray that they put. I don't know if you've seen this, but they have the tray where you put the food on the tray and it floats in the pool with you. She was taking a picture with that, and I just was like, oh my God, this is the lifestyle. I wish that I could just up and go to like damn Italy or Dubai or something. I have to literally plan. And every time I try to plan, like my birthday was June 1st, and I tried to plan going to Hawaii for June 1st. I love Hawaii. So I want to go to Hawaii like every weekend. I wish I could be in Hawaii every weekend, but I gotta work. But just to see a black woman be able to do something like that, it's just it's a plus, man. It's a plus. I want people to know that most of the time when you see your favorite celebrity, whether it's a rapper, Instagram model, singer, a lot of times you are only seeing a small percentage of what they are really doing in order to generate some type of money. And I think a lot of people believe that wealth is you just laying around under the sun. And I was just talking about this in a live stream that I did yesterday, where people think you just make $1 million once and you set for life. No, you have to maintain a specific type of lifestyle. You have to maintain what comes with that money. There is a certain level of responsibility that comes with that money, making it to where you have to make more money for you to even be able to maintain that amount of money. Your money has to work for your money. You don't work for money. Your money works for you, and you employ that money to create more. And that's the only way you're going to get to a level of comfort to where you can go travel. But at the same time, playing, like when it's time to play, when it's time to chill, when it's time to relax, it's so much better because you work so hard to get there. It's a duality to luxury and wealth that a lot of people want to overlook. A lot of people don't even realize how much money you have to put forth in order to become wealthy in the first place. So when we see the luxury photos, we see people with the, Maseratis and the Bentleys and shit. Of course, we're not even thinking about how much money comes into these people leasing these vehicles for a short period of time just to take a picture and show you. You guys don't think like that. You're thinking, oh, this person has this garage with this 8-car garage and they're parking all of their Maseratis in. What did they actually do to get that level of money? What did they actually put forth? What energy did they put forth? And I think a lot of people inside of the Black community do not understand what people actually did to get the money that they received. And then a lot of people, like I did, ended up with a lot of money and then burned through the shit. Okay, burned right through that shit like it was nothing. Burning, and I think my generosity actually is part of the reason why I lost a lot of money as well. So anyway, being wealthy does not include a lot of materialism. And I think a lot of people believe that with wealth, you have to, a person can only possibly be wealthy if they are buying handbags and shoes and jewelry and, just living this dream of what it is to be wealthy. I think everybody gets to decide what their definition of wealth is. But when we're talking about generally, I think a lot of people believe wealth is actually the equivalent of what you can purchase, what you can buy, how much money you can spend, how many ones you can throw at the strip club, those type of things. To me, that's not a level of wealth at all. And I say this all the time. To me, wealth is being able to buy some land, put a house on top, buying a multifamily unit, being able to travel as much as you want to, being able to pay for things just flat out without having to apply for a loan. And honestly, as my credit score gets higher and higher and higher and higher, it's actually easier to get money when I have money. And it's backwards to me, because usually if you don't have any money, that's when you're gonna want to take out a loan. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, why, if you have money, what the fuck do you need to take out a loan for? That's why it's kind of backwards to me. But when it comes to lending, like peer-to-peer lending or loans or whatever, it kind of makes sense. You don't want to loan money to somebody that can't pay it back to you. I get it. I get the whole concept of that. But anyway, but it still seem a little backwards as fuck. So anyway, yeah, so I saw the clip with the luxury females, and it was good to see. And I'm in a lot of travel groups on Facebook. Like, if you don't know, it's a whole bunch of black female travel groups on there. I love those groups because they show you the ways to travel around. Like, I found out how to get a cheap travel Wi-Fi, like, hotspot, to where I can go anywhere in the world and have unlimited data and unlimited internet access for the low, just by me going into a travel group on Facebook. So if you are the type of person you love to travel, they tell you cheap ways of traveling and getting into these resorts. Like, it's this app I tried out that I found out about on a Facebook group. The app is called Hopper. And Hopper shows you these cheap ass resorts that you can go to. I saw this really nice resort in Hawaii, and it was only $54 a night. I was like, damn, that's cheap. But it usually, these resorts be like $200 and $300 a night, and that shit was $54. I was like, oh my God. Like, I love you, Hopper. So, and it's also like that on Groupon. Right now, like, I went onto the Groupon app. I don't know if y'all heard of Groupon, but Groupon has been around for a long time. I think Hopper knew. But the Groupon app, you can put in wherever you live at, and it gives you like different categories. It'll show you like coupons or discounts on like events or places you want to go, or like if you want to go to the spa or products or stuff like that. So I was looking for, like I said, I like Hawaii. So I was looking for a cheap hotel for Hawaii. And so I get onto the Groupon.com app, and all they kept showing me was Vegas. All of these coupons to go to Vegas and Reno, and all of that stuff is near me. I live in Northern California, so Reno sounds nice. Vegas sounds nice. Sounds like that would be a cool thing to do. But to me, if it ain't got a beach and some blue water, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I got to see some water and some palm trees and some sand. Then I feel like I'm in a luxury type of thing. That's the only way I feel luxurious. I don't know, like, what makes you feel luxurious? Because for me, it's not handbags and shoes. It's freedom. It's the freedom to be able to travel, do what I want, buy where I want, what I want, not buy what I want on a shoes and handbags and clothes type of thing, but to be able to buy any type of experience I want. Like, if I want to go to the movies, and I want to buy out the whole concession stand for everybody that comes into the movie theater for that night. I want to be able to spend that type of bread. That's the stuff that I used to do in Atlanta. I used to do shit like, I'd be out in the neighborhood at one of my friends' house. I remember in my early 20s, I would go out to like my friend's house, and we'd be sitting out in front of their, like apartment complex or something like that, just chilling, and everybody in the neighborhood would be out there chilling, and I order pizza for everybody. That's freedom to me. That's freedom. Samia. Miss Williams, you're talking about Hopper or Groupon? Hopper is the name of the place where I saw the hotels and the airline tickets, because there's airline tickets on there too for the low. But Groupon is the app where I saw the cheap resorts for Vegas while I was looking for Hawaii. But yeah, to me, the money, I want to have the freedom to be able to take care of other people. And that's the thing that I've always wanted to do, to be able to, that generosity right there, just making sure everybody is comfortable who is around me, while I'm sitting there in my own comfort. Like, I'm not the type of person that where I want to be the only one that's sitting there comfortable and I don't want nobody else to win. I always tell people I am not the type of person that competes. You can't compete with somebody like me, because I'm the type of person I want everybody to win. So what I would do with my money is very different with what I believe a whole bunch of other people would do with their money. Because the last thing that I'm thinking about doing when I become someone to where it's three digits before the word million is spoken, like if I'm worth $300 million or something like that, the last thing I'm going to do with my money is go buy a whole bunch of expensive stuff. I need y'all to go look at the history of billionaires and millionaires. Most of these millionaires, they're not going after materialistic stuff, or they're not going after models or superficial, like women that they're only with them because they're beautiful. Go look at these men's wives. Go look at Elon Musk's wife. Go look at Warren Buffett's wife. Warren Buffett's wife got lucky because her ass was a waitress when she married Warren Buffett. But most of these men who are millionaires and billionaires, they're not married to models. They're not married to these amazing looking women who, was looking for a sugar daddy. They are married to women who went to places like Stanford for college and Harvard and shit. And these women are pediatricians and own their own companies, and could stand on their own 2 feet without these men. These are what millionaires and billionaires are actually marrying. And so when I'm talking about women and wealth and luxury, and I see so many women just turn it down because they just want to marry a millionaire, I keep trying to explain to them, like, I don't know what millionaires y'all been around. I don't know. But just being in another tax bracket and being able to see how millionaires live close up, these men are not looking for a sugar daddy, I mean, a sugar baby, or a chick that's just bad as hell that they can spend money on. And she's just so feminine. She's his inspiration to go out there and make money. That is not what these men are looking for. They are looking for the power couple concept. They're looking for a woman that's going to be able to stand on her own 2 feet. Now, don't get twisted. Some of these millionaires, just like any average husband, might have a side chick, or might have somebody that they're sleeping with that may not, put forth the same type of energy. They may not have went out there and got their education and their money and stuff like that. Just like if you look on my community tab, I put a meme up there where I was talking about, hey, Sean, what's up? Where I was talking about that, for the love of Ray J, please don't be the bird brain chick that think a man will love two women equally. Because on the meme, he asked the side chick asked the dude, like, what does he see in his main chick? And he was like, well, she's smart and she makes her own money, and she has my kids. But you, on the other hand, you're just fuckable. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I see these hypergamy channels and these divine femininity channels where they're talking about black women and luxury and things like that, they make it seem like the way that these women got these luxury always had something to do with a man. It bothers the fuck out of me. I don't know why. It just does, because it's not real to me. It's not empowering black women to go out there and use the femininity that we have that is so powerful. It makes it seem like femininity is only good when a man is focusing on it. You know, that's the only time femininity is worth something, when a man can assess it in you. That's bullshit to me, because I feel like femininity is one of the most powerful things I have ever seen on this planet. Yeah, men are masculine. I love y'all for it. Y'all do good masculinity. It's great. It's attractive. I love it. But you do not rely on a woman assessing you in order for you to display it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be masculine regardless. It doesn't take a woman looking at you determining whether or not you're feminine, I mean masculine, in order for you to be that. So to me, it's like when we're talking about black women, wealth and luxury and shit like that, man, listen, women, we need to go out there and get that bread, man. Um, I've done that, and the same ones take care of you. Yeah, they turn on you. This is another thing. This is another thing. When you dating men who are wealthy, right? And honestly, let me give you a prime example of something you can watch. Go on to Netflix and look at the second season of Dirty John. Okay, Dirty John was about a woman who was wealthy, and she met this guy who was a surgeon, who was a doctor. And what ended up happening at the end is her daughter ended up killing this dude because he was a scam artist. He was conning her, and he would con women for their money the entire time that he was dating this woman. He was basically conning her for her money. The second season of Dirty John is about this lady named Betty Broderick, because Dirty John is about true crime stories. Dirty John is the second season of Dirty John is about this lady named Betty Broderick, who helped her husband through medical school and law school. After she worked her ass off and helped him study to become a doctor, he decided that he wanted to become a lawyer instead. So she helped him get through law school as well, meanwhile helping him raise their 4 children. And then once he became wealthy, he turned his back on her ass. Go watch that shit. That should have had you so goddamn mad. You'd be like, I can't believe it. And she ended up killing him. Go watch this shit. You gonna see. Like, these men who are wealthy, they start feeling like they can do whatever it is that they want to do, especially if they pay for your lifestyle for you. That's why I always tell women, secure your own bag and create the lifestyle that you want for you. And when a man comes around, he is just an enhancement. He is not the reason why you have a good lifestyle. Your luxury lifestyle or your affluent lifestyle is a lifestyle you created on your own without him. I'm not saying have this nasty ass, Miss Independent, I don't need a man bullshit. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go around thinking treat men like they peasants and all of that bullshit. I don't believe you need to do all that. All I'm saying is make sure you can carry your own weight. That's what these men who are affluent out here looking for, because 9 times out of 10, they're smart. They're not just out here just looking for women that are cute. I just doubt that very seriously. Um, if you're the only one winning in your circle, then you're technically not winning when the people around you are suffering. Exactly. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. This is yes, exactly. Thank you. It seems wrong. Like, I cannot even be in a relationship with a dude. Like, I gotta know what his ambitions are, what his goals are, what is he trying to do with his life, what does he want to do, so we can assist each other. I want to know. I want to know how we can build something together. I don't want to just be sitting there just letting you follow your goals. Meanwhile, all I'm doing is cooking and cleaning and bearing your children. Like, I've never been that type of woman, and I don't know why women think that that is an even exchange. It's not. Like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm trying to give the hypergamy hoes the benefit of the doubt, but I just don't see it. I don't understand. Because to me, sounds like acrimony. So I have not seen acrimony yet. I need to go see that movie. I have not seen that shit. Everybody was telling me about this movie. I still have not seen it. I'm gonna go see if I can find it somewhere. Like, cause I got Hulu, Netflix, I have Disney Plus, Apple TV. I should be able to find acrimony somewhere. I'm gonna go see if I could find that shit. Yeah, he wasn't a surgeon. The Dirty John dude. It was dirty for a trollop. True facts. Femininity is very powerful. How you carry yourself as a woman speaks before you do. Exactly. If you come to these men with a selfish spirit, manipulating them out of money, making them pay $200 for a date. I put up a meme the other day where a woman was like, basically, if a man don't bring a gift on the first date, then something's going on with him. You know, like something's fucked up with him. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, how are you expecting a man to just bring you a gift on a first date when all you bring it to to the date is your hungry belly. All you coming to the date doing is eating. I seen another meme. It wasn't even a meme. It was like a screenshot of a conversation, and the chick asked the dude where he was taking her, and he said Ruth Chris, and she said, "Listen, we're gonna end up sleeping with each other anyway. So whatever amount of money you was gonna spend at Ruth Chris, why don't you just give that money to me?" Was like, these broke ass bitches. Like, if you can't take yourself to Ruth Chris, you don't need to be dating. It, ladies, listen to this. If you can't take yourself to your favorite restaurant every weekend for a year, like you need to be the woman that can get your ass up yourself and take yourself out every weekend before you start dating. Take yourself out every day for a year, every weekend, not every day, every weekend for a year. Take yourself out to your favorite places first before you start dating, guys. I promise you, it would be the best thing you ever did with your life. I promise. Because you will look at these men different because how much money they spend on a date does not determine this man's worth because he can throw out some cash. If he has bread, if a man has a lot of money, he can throw out some cash. I keep telling y'all this. They have the money to do that shit. When a man is broke and he has to save to take you somewhere, that man is more valuable than the man who tosses out a shit ton of money for Ruth Chris for every woman. A man who is wealthy and affluent, who tosses out money to take women out every weekend, isn't as of quality as a man who saves up enough money to take you to Ruth Chris because he believes that you are special. It's a difference. And a lot of women don't look at it that way. They don't see it that way. They're thinking, well, if he takes me out every weekend and he that must mean he balling out of control and that he gonna be good to me. Nah, these men are still cheat on you, still lie to you, still take other bitches to Ruth Chris. It doesn't mean that he focused on you in that sense. You are more likely to have a man who isn't affluent focus on you than a man who is affluent. Because men who are affluent have more options. They have more options. They have low-hanging fruit and they have quality women at the top of the tree. But at the same time, every time a woman that's of quality is not tossing out the ass as fast as they want them to, they're going to go to that low-hanging fruit and get that ass. They're going to be like, hey, I'll take you to Ruth Chris. You a low energy chick. You gonna fuck me for Ruth Chris anyway. The chick I really want ain't put nothing out. She quote unquote celibate or whatever. So I'm gonna go bang you. That's what it boils down to. So when women start putting a price tag on their vagina because they're pressed to get money out of men, they lose value. They lose quality. So a quality woman has her own bread. This is what I've been trying to tell ladies. Quality women got their own money. We out here doing what we want to do. I've been the chick that I took my damn self to Papados. Dude ain't want to take me to Papados. Took myself. One guy, I'll never forget this. This DJ wanted to date me. This is an interesting story. This DJ wanted to date me, right? And we was in the city in Atlanta. And if you've been in the city of Atlanta, you know that there are a whole bunch of horse and carriages, right? So we're walking around the city of Atlanta, and I wanted to get on this horse and carriage so bad, and he kept telling me no. I was like, come on, come on. And he asked the horse and carriage dude how much it was. And he told the horse and carriage dude told him how much it was, and he was just like, nah, man, listen, I pulled that money out of my pocket so quick. I don't even think he knew I had money. Man, we rode in that carriage. I was like, come on in. Come on in. I didn't see a problem with paying for the horse and carriage. He had paid for the rest of the date. So why wouldn't I pay for the horse and carriage? So it was a pretty good date. Anytime, and I know women frown upon like going Dutch and shit like that. Whether you go Dutch or not, or whether a man asks you what you bring to the table or not, is not going to determine the long term, like experience or outcome of the relationship. Every time you're dating these guys, the outcome, you never know what the outcome is going to be. It's always going to be a risk. It's always going to be a gamble. Um, you're in Cali, girl. Mitchell, first of all, I'm in Cali. There is nothing in Cali that you can show me that I can't show myself. Let's just get that out the way. You got to show me something. Any man, first of all, in order to get to my heart in any type of way, a man has to be close to God, because my heart is so close to God. The only way that you're going to be able to get it is if you're close to God yourself. That's number one. Number two, there is nothing in Cali that you can show me that I can't show myself. That's why it's important that when men, and I ain't even dating, but when men try to date me, to have a good character, because material things are not going to keep me with no man. Now, materials, being able to have your own money, that's good. That's important. That should be important on both sides. I'm not telling women to have their own money so they can take care of a dusty. I'm not saying that. I'm saying have your own bread. He needs to have his shit together too. I'm not telling women to be the down ass bitch. I done told y'all I fucked up with that. Y'all already seen how I went with that, so don't do that. But Miss Waiter's huge, the third girl, girl. I wish I could have told you before you decided to move to Atlanta to not take your ass to Atlanta. And I see everybody wanting to move to Atlanta, and people been saying they want to move to Atlanta. I'm telling you, when you get there, it look like it's good from the outside, honey. It do. It look like it's good from the outside, because when you're not there, you're looking at it from a distance. You're seeing. Okay, let me give you an example. You ever been out somewhere, right? Let's say you at the mall and you see this dude from like in a distance. He like maybe a couple of stores ahead of you. You like, damn, he coming towards you, and he dressed nice and look like he got it together. And then he walk up to you, and then that nigga open his mouth, and you like, the fuck? You like, oh no. Like, he started talking to you, and you can tell he is the most uneducated, just ugh. The only thing that's good about him is his physical appearance, but when he opened his mouth, he is saying the dumbest, stupidest, just pick up lines. It's just garbage. Everything that come out of his mouth is garbage. That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta. Atlanta look good from the outside. Atlanta look good when you standing from a distance. But then when you start trying to build your life there, it's a whole nother thing, man. It's a whole nother situation. I was in Atlanta for 17 years. 17 years. And I hated every single moment. And I don't know why I didn't just leave earlier. I know one of the reasons was why. That's a personal reason. But outside of that, I kept saying, I need to get out of here. Atlanta, okay. You know how I talk about how I'm in a different tax bracket, where in California, everything's expensive. Everything's expensive. So everybody's a millionaire. In order for you to live here, you have to be approaching millionaire status or be millionaire. In order for you to be comfortable enough to be at ease, you have to be a millionaire. It's no way that you could be comfortable in this place and chill without you being a millionaire. I don't chill. Let's get it twisted. I work my ass off 24/7. That's what I do. That's how I'm able to live here. I'm not sitting here chilling. I'm not the millionaire that's just sitting there in California just loving life. Nah, and honestly, like I said a minute ago, even with them being millionaires, they still have to work to maintain. Still got to work. So anyway, for me, right? For um me, right? Not me, but just people. So here in California, right? The expenses are high. So you got housing, you got just going to the grocery store, you got gas, you got all these things that you got to buy, right? So because everything is so expensive, it's money flowing through this place. You're gonna be able to find money anywhere, because everything is expensive. Somebody somewhere is going to be trying to make some money, and somebody somewhere is going to be there to buy something that you are providing, whether it's a service or a product. It's going to be somebody that's going to invest in whatever it is that you're doing, because it's so much money flowing through this place. That's not how Atlanta is. That's not how it is. It's not any real money circulating through there. Everything is cheap. Yeah, it's raising a little bit, but not to the point where it's like ridiculous, to where it's so much business happening there, that I mean real business, not the entertainment industry. Atlanta is based off of the entertainment industry. Maybe a little bit of IT and healthcare, but for the most part, it's entertainment industry. California, New York, bigger cities like that, got real business, agriculture, STEM. A lot of different types of businesses are flowing through here. So it's real money here. $1 million is a lot of money for somebody that live in Atlanta, not somebody that live in California. It's a big ass difference. So when I decided to move here, I knew I wanted to have a different kind of money. I knew that in Atlanta, $2 million. All right, you could live in a nice house, and if your family wants to stay in Atlanta, they could stay in Atlanta. But if your family wanted to move somewhere else, they wouldn't be able to afford it. Ask any celebrity who lives in Atlanta, have they tried to live in California? I think I saw an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta where Candy and all of them came to Northern California. And she was saying there is no way in fucking hell I would be able to live here. Because no, to me, wealth is being able to live anywhere in the world. My goal is to be able to have the kind of money where I can live anywhere in the world, not just Atlanta, not just California, but places that are wealthier than this. I have a girlfriend who lives in Dubai. She used to live in Atlanta. She moved out of Atlanta and moved her ass to Dubai. So the social circle of women I'm around, we have a different thought process when it comes to money. We think higher than the average person. So when people tell me that they're moving into Atlanta, I'll be like, why? Like, why would you want to do that? Because it's limitation to me. It seems like a limited, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to down anybody who decides to move to Atlanta. I'm just like, that's such it's bigger things. It's better things out there than Atlanta. And people think Atlanta is so magical. Man, you listen. There are places in this world, man. The stuff that I have seen just in California alone, it's just like, damn, there's so many better places to be. So when people are like, "Oh, I'm living to Atlanta, I'm moving to Atlanta," I'll be like, I hope you find somewhere better. I hope you find somewhere better. Let me tell you something about the high cost of living. I like Lawrenceville, by the way. I like Lawrenceville. What is the dating life in Atlanta for single women looking for men? Is it true a lot of down low men? Pinky, it's a lot of down low men. It's a lot of men who are flat out gay, just in your face, and it's a lot of men who sleep with a whole bunch of women. But they lie to you about it. But the women will fight you for men there. The men will lie. Listen, a man will lie to two women there. These two women will find out that this man is lying and start fighting over this man. Then you got women who find out that their man sleeping with other men, sleeping with other women, and don't care and just let him sleep with whoever. And so it's hard to have a solid situation there when it's so much just fuck shit. Like the character, put it like this: when I call Atlanta Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm not joking. That's not me being funny. I'm dead ass. That place is one of those places where it's just like you gotta be careful, man. That's why, like, I'm not surprised that Tiny and T.I. are going through what they're going through, because that's what Atlanta is built on. Do you know anybody who has truly been in Atlanta, whose family grew up in Atlanta, someone who is originally from Atlanta? They will tell you they was doing orgies and shit when they were like in middle school. They've been having, that place is so sexual. Everything is hyper sexual in Atlanta. Everybody is fucking everybody in Atlanta. It's no structure. Like in California, right? It's hard to, and where I live in Northern California, it is so difficult to even just find a goddamn strip club. In Atlanta, I would see a church, then down the street, a liquor store. Then down that same street, an insurrection, then another strip club, then a church, then a liquor store, then an insurrection, and then it just go round and round and round and round and round and round. And all you keep seeing is liquor stores, strip clubs, regular clubs, and damn churches. Here, no, because people here are about family, relationships. They're not playing because you don't have time. You don't have the time to entertain vices because you got work, got shit to do. So download men, gay men, promiscuous women, gay women, everybody having sex with everybody, pedophilia, molestation, drugs, strippers, prostitution. But prostitution used to be big in Atlanta. Come on, man. Yeah. All right. Now, I heard people were leaving Cali due to the cost of living. The cost of living in California has always been high. That's not nothing to do. Like if they leaving now, they were leaving before. I don't think people are leaving. I think people are like trying to go to neighboring states, like, or maybe someplace like Texas, Austin, Texas, or Kansas City. A lot of people are moving to Kansas City. Me, I like California, so I'm just gonna work hard to live here. But when you start here, right, and you buy a property here, and the property, raises with time, you already own your home. See, I wouldn't be a renter here. California is not a place you rent at. You understand? You buy some land or you buy a house and you live here. You don't rent here because you want to be here for a few years and that's it. Nah, because well, I mean, if you don't mind wasting that money, then yeah. But I mean, if you are looking to live here long term, don't rent. You know, I'm in NY and you're right. ATL, I'm getting way more bang for the buck. You getting more bang for the buck. Yeah, sounds good. Cost of living is cheaper, but everybody's character there is fucked up. It's no good moral character. They don't have values or structures or principles that they follow as a community. And that's what becomes a problem in any community. There is no type of respect or so, like here in Northern California, they are very adamant about community and culture. It's important. It's no, let me backstab you for this and that. Let me lie to you for this. Nah, it's not like that. It's just like everybody is it's almost like everybody's using some type of honor system. That's what I want to say. That's what it feels like. They say if you can make it in NY, you can make it anywhere. I mean, it's true, but the question is, do you want to live in a swamp? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, let's say you live at the top of the tree, but at the bottom of the tree is mud, shit, and boo boo. They say that you can live at the top of the tree. If you can make it at the top of this tree, then you definitely can make it down at the bottom of it with the boo boo. Would you want to be down there with the boo boo because it's cheaper? Fuck no. Like, I'm good. I'll pass. No, 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 no. Anyway, I live in the Midwestern USA, so I must really be screwed. Well, I don't hear a lot of bad stuff about the Midwest. I don't hear people say, except for I guess Chirac. Ain't that the Midwest? I don't hear anything. Isn't it hot? That's what I would be concerned about. Because even with Cali, the closer you get inland, you start being in the desert. It's just like, oh, it's hot. You know what I'm saying? And then it get cold, real cold at night. It'd be so hot in the daytime in the desert. And then when that sun goes down, oh my God, it's so fucking cold. Is it like that in the Midwest? Like, is it like the desert? That's what I would want to know. Like, I could not live in Nevada. I can't live in Arizona. This shit is on fire. Like, I wouldn't want to live there. Yeah, it is crazy there. Atlanta's not, no, no, no. 8 men to one woman. It used to be 10 men to one woman. Now I think it might be 12 or maybe 15 men to every woman. Because see, here's what a lot of people also don't realize about Atlanta. The people who making moves in Atlanta are female. That's where the wealthy, beautiful women live. So if you come in there to look for a man, no, boo. Mm-mm. If you bringing your husband or boyfriend with you, no, sir. Mm-mm. Don't do that. If you are a man and you're single and you're looking for a decent woman, mm-mm. No, no. I'm not saying there's not any decent women in Atlanta. I'm saying when these women get wealthy, they have options. Okay, so you better hope you got your shit together all together. And then a lot of these women who are wealthy and new age or are millennials now, they're opting out of marriage. They're opting out of having kids. So if you are a man who is wealthy, who is looking for a wife, don't go to Atlanta. If you are a woman who is looking for your soulmate, don't go to Atlanta. All right? Go to Atlanta for fun. Remember back in the day where everybody used to go to Atlanta for a freak nick and then take their ass home? That's what you're supposed to do with Atlanta. Atlanta is a place you visit and then take your ass home. You do not move there. You don't live there. No, no, no. I live in St. Louis, 4 seasons in one day. We have humidity, 4 seasons in one day. Wow. A lot of gay women down in LA. Yeah, a lot of gay women. It's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm bisexual. You know, being gay ain't even a problem. It's just a lot of men are gay and not saying anything. Women are generally like, yeah, I'm bi. I don't care. And people think being bisexual or being lesbian is kind of sexy. But for men are looked at differently, especially if they are trans. But it's so many trans people, it's so many homosexual people, and it's hood. It's hood. You think you having a listen? Wherever you from, wherever you live at, is everybody wearing a bonnet? Is everybody wearing a bonnet? My ass wouldn't be caught dead in a bonnet. But do you know how many bonnets I seen in goddamn Atlanta? That's the bonnet capital of the world. This shit. Listen, ladies, listen, do not. I'm sorry, honey, but do not go outside with your fucking bonnet on. Please. Don't do that. A bonnet is for your bedroom. A bonnet is for the indoors. Your pajamas is for the house. They're not for you to go to the airport in. They're not for you to go to the grocery store in. They're not for you to go to the 99-cent store in. If listen, if you going to the store in a bonnet and your pajamas, or getting on an airplane in your bonnet and pajamas is okay, then it's okay for bitches to walk around in lingerie and thongs and shit with thigh highs on. Just walking down the street. Imagine that. It's the same shock and awe. Stop going outside with your damn bonnet on. That shit is so hood and ratchet. I'm not trying to put down black women. I love black women. You know, I'm pro black women all day long, but I'm telling y'all, please represent yourself a lot better than what you're doing. Please. Because here's my thing. When you take care of your physical appearance, that is self-care. That is self-love. Grooming is self-care, self-love. If you don't even have the common decency to groom yourself when you leave the house, what the fuck is going on with you? Like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Are you depressed? You that lazy and tired that you can't even find a wig to put on? Come on. Oh, listen, the same energy that it takes for you to put on a goddamn bonnet is the same energy that you can put with a wig, a lace front. You don't even have to put the glue and shit on anymore. They got wigs where you can just sit that shit on your head and keep it moving. Stop going outside with a motherfucking bonnet. I'm sorry. It looks utterly ridiculous. So when I heard Monique say what she said, I was like, thank God somebody's saying this shit. And then I seen women getting upset. And I seen men start posting pictures of them in a bonnet and shit. So they support black women. I do not support that wear a bonnet stuff. Now, I'm not saying people should be judgmental of you because you're wearing a bonnet, but that's what people do. But my thing is, represent yourself well. Take care of yourself. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. You can't ungay as a man. I mean, you can't ungay as a woman either, dude. You can't ungay either way. But yeah, take care of your hygiene and appearance. We both make money. He's retired Wall Street. I'm not worried. Their money to get. Listen, listen. I don't care if you got money, your husband got money. What I'm saying is, if you toting your husband to Atlanta, do not be surprised. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but don't be surprised if he starts cheating or y'all end up divorced. Every couple that goes down to them, think about this. Think about this. Y'all on YouTube. Latoya Forever. Latoya Forever and her husband were completely fine till they hit Atlanta. Now they divorce. Now they divorce. Okay. Who's another one, another YouTuber? The girl that's a nurse. She does beauty shit. She just moved to Atlanta. Her and her husband just got divorced. Come on, man. I'm telling you, there is some type of energy inside of Atlanta that is not right. There is something going on in that fucking place, and it has something to do with energy. It's not even about, okay, for those of you who are not spiritual, you might not understand what I mean when I say energy. But there is something about that place that brings out a lot of evil and negativity and sexuality and a whole bunch of just ugh, I cannot even explain it. I can't. Listen, maybe another day, maybe another live stream. Anyway, those of you who are in there, please donate to my mom. She has breast cancer. We just found out she has triple negative breast cancer. We do have a GoFundMe link. It will be in the description box of this video. If you don't want to donate on GoFundMe, please be sure to donate via her Cash App. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. It can be $1, $2, $5. It doesn't matter. Our goal is $50,000. I have so many things that I need to take care of as far as my mother and my kids. We just are asking people to help us pay for her medical expenses and her cancer treatment expenses, which are which is a lot of goddamn money. And she's behind on her medical bills already. So that's why we're asking for donations. Please do not feel like you have to donate your last. If you don't have any money, send us some prayer. Okay. I appreciate that. I gotta go, y'all. Have you to stay focused. Namaste.